So you had some interesting comments about Japan, white supremacy, and how anime ties into that.
Oh, you tell me, Vlad TV. You tell me. He has tons and tons of interesting comments on anime. Now, the origin story of this entire thing came out of none other than the Twitter, and it's just one of the most hilarious thing that I have ever read in my entire life. Get ready to have a drink and a lot of laugh in 3, 2, 1.
Ever see anime? Do those cartoons look like Japanese people or like white people?
Well, I wouldn't exactly characterize Dutch or Benny or Revy as Japanese. Asuka isn't fully Japanese. Riel isn't really Japanese. The cast of Cowboy Bebop aren't Japanese. Attack on Titan are mostly German. 91 Days, Bacano, Code Geass, Fullmetal Alchemist, One Piece. Not all animes consist of Japanese people. And you would be right if you consider some of these characters to be white. The only problem is you love to carpet bomb and just say all animes, including those that have characters that are Japanese, are actually white people. Why would he say such horrendously idiotic thing? Because he is one of the many death tolls that 2016 has taken. And by death, I mean death of tolerance. This person hates white people with a burning passion and masks them as white supremacist. Just in case you missed it, you can be a minority in 2016 and take free potshots at the majority. But let's just get to his justification on why he considered anime to be white, shall we?
Japanese people have smaller eyes and yellow skin. Fact, these characters are white.
So you're saying that animes are populated by white people because the characters don't look like Asians in real life. Yeah, that's pretty much a stereotype. Look at this. Or this. Or this. Or this. I mean, you're stereotyping Japanese people at this moment, so not only you're taking the time stereotyping white people, you're also stereotyping Japanese people.
Anime is not a benchmark of Japanese culture, moron.
It is the most popular thing from that country though, so you can count it as a cultural benchmark. Now, if you thought insulting anime fans isn't bad enough, if you thought insulting anime fans isn't the most horrendous crime of humanity, guess who he insults next?
Sam Harris is a white supremacist. You showed up to cape for him, so you're one too. Stop caping for white supremacy.
Ah, yes, Talib also has a hatred to white supremacists. Now, don't get me wrong, I hate these skinheads as much as the next guy. There's only one problem though. The white supremacists and neo-Nazis in 2016 are mentally retarded. It's the kind of figure that we would just laugh and mock. Not the kind that you should be intimidated at, or else you'll look like the biggest pussy on earth.
Ben Carson is also a white supremacist. Why do white supremacists expect us to respect coons? We don't.
Ben Carson, just in case you don't know, is a neurosurgeon. You might start to notice a pattern here. Sam Harris is a neuroscientist. Ben Carson is a neurosurgeon. Why does he hate neurological experts this much? Does he have a vendetta against the nervous system or something? Oh, and I just noticed, this guy is verified on Twitter. That's fantastic.
Notice a trend. Many of these white supremacist accounts claim to be neuroscientists. Why?
Because they are neuroscientists. The fact that they're white supremacists are the things that you just pulled out of your butthole. And of course,
surprise! Anime Avatar has Nazi anime graphic. So predictable.
What, you mean this Nazi anime avatar? Seriously? So, yep. Those are just brief outlooks on his absolutely hilarious Twitter. But for now, let's get back to the video and get to his wonderful comments.
I grew up watching old school anime like Fist of North Star and Wind Ninja Chronicles and all those old school anime joints. Shout out to Supernatural. I used to go over his house and watch all them joints. But I noticed back then, there's certain things I noticed back then that a majority of the characters had Eurocentric features. There was a lot of whitewashing. In terms of the blue eyes and blonde hair, and the heroes looked more European, and some of the villains looked Asiatic, African, or Asian. That's just something I noticed.
That's one hell of a carpet bomb to old animes, and even if that's all true, so what? It's fiction. If you're bothered with how your race is portrayed in fiction, yeah, the last time Indonesians got portrayed in Hollywood, they got wasted.
A waste of the perfectly good The Raid cast.
Your pain is not special.
I also noticed there was a lot of destruction. Godzilla level, like atomic bomb level destruction. So it's just something I noticed about anime is that it was hyper focused on the destruction of civilization, destruction of cities, which I think it was a fallout of our bombing of them. And two, it was focused on uplifting a Eurocentric value of beauty.
Wait, so animes are focused on destruction that would remind them of the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but at the same time, they're also focused on making every anime character European or white. What are you trying to say here?
Which is not unique to anime. It's not like anime does this. When you walk down the street, you see a black woman with her hair straightened. That's not how her hair looks when she's born. She does that to conform to a Eurocentric metric of standard of beauty.
Well, you're wearing clothing and hats that are the byproducts of Western civilization. So by that logic, you're also conforming it to the standards of Eurocentric beauty.
Every culture does this. Every culture on the planet does this because white supremacy is global.
No, that is quite an idiotic thing to say. Globalization of culture happens because as time went on, we have progressed more out of our traditional fashion and have a lot more interest into modern fashion. If Western fashion is considered to be modern, then yes, people are gonna wear Western fashion. The clothes that I'm wearing on a day-to-day basis are casual clothes that normal people would wear in current year. I would wear my traditional clothing only if I'm in my hometown and there's a religious ceremony. Keep in mind that according to you, your fashion is also a product of white supremacy, and now you're making it more and more global. You terrible human being.
You have people who lighten their skin in third world countries, who, you have people who go to great lengths to appear more white. This is not by coincidence. It's not because...
not just third world countries. It happens in the U.S.
It happens every nook and cranny.
Look at Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, it happens every nook and cranny on this planet. You have people going out their way. And then in Japan in particular, lightening creams and widening your eyes. Like, there's some real shit going on.
That doesn't mean that they're contributing into white supremacy. They just want to affirm into the beauty standards of today. Are you saying that the beauty standards of today are products of white supremacy? This person just straight up complained about people's fashion at this moment. I got no comments.
This is a cultural, when I speak on that, I'm just speaking on facts of just how the world works.
Facts don't really matter in your case. How you interpret those facts matter. Yes, people are more leaning into Western fashion. That is a fact. That doesn't mean it's a product of white supremacy. That claim is something you pulled out of your butthole.
It's not a judgment of anime. It's not a judgment of Japanese culture.
Judgment, the ability to judge, make a decision, or form an opinion objectively, authoritatively, and wisely, especially in matters affecting action, good sense, discretion, the forming of an opinion, estimate, notion, or conclusion as from circumstances presented to the mind. By the time you spring your opinions to Japanese animes, yes, you are absolutely judging them.
American culture is no better. Look at American cartoons. It's no better. Look at the black people who were in American cartoons.
You are legit triggered by black people on cartoons. You mean like Cyborg? Cyborg is awesome. Who are you talking about?
So I mentioned it in a conversation about something else on Twitter. And what I didn't know, but I know now, I had noticed that a lot of white supremacists have anime as their avatars. This is something that I hadn't noticed already.
Okay, so can you please explain to me why white supremacists use anime avatars? That would be something good to know.
White supremacist avatars like Boston sports teams, a dog, some sort of gun, Pepe the Frog, a picture of Donald Trump, dog again, because there's a lot of dog avies, some sort of American flag, some sort of German Nazi symbol, or anime, particularly like waifu anime, like blonde, blue-eyed.
So at the top of being mentally retarded, white supremacists are also not so creative on their avatars. I mean, anime avatars would be understandable, but Nazi symbols? That's very subtle, guys. Have I mentioned that you're mentally ill?
So I mentioned this, white, Eurocentric influence in anime. And what I didn't realize how strong the white supremacist community was in the anime community.
Wow, that is such a blanket statement. I'm totally amazed you can make such claim with a straight face.
I didn't realize how strong the white supremacist community was in the anime community. And I got dogpiled on. immediately. Like I must have made some blog or some Reddit or something, and they just started coming at me very upset.
Because you said something stupid. A wise man once said if you want to piss off your professor, don't tell him that his hair looked ugly. Tell him that the earth is flat.
And then when I was looking at their profiles, these are like men's rights activists.
Oh my god, those terrible people who wanted rights for men. What?
Men's rights isn't a fucking thing. If you're a men's rights activist, you're a fucking loser.
Okay, that's more carpet bomb added to the list.
But these are people who are like Trump supporters, and they post this Pepe the Frog shit all the time, and they make fun of black people, and they hate Black Lives Matter. Like, this is the same community of people. And they also, a lot of them, like anime.
No, black people are not the same as Black Lives Matter. 65% is not 100%.
And they also, a lot of them, like anime.
Yeah, and Hitler loves cats too. That doesn't make the entire YouTube community a Nazi.
Because intelligence testing is based on like European ideals of what type of Western knowledge you should have. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. What the hell are you even talking about?
And they'll tell you their argument will be, well, here's proof I'm not racist. Asian people are way smarter than white people. Asian people do so well. So what they'll do is they'll stereotype Asian people, and there's no such thing as a positive stereotype. If you're grouping a group of people, even if you say all Asian people are good at math, that's you being a bigot.
The lack of self-awareness is hilarious. You're willing to group people as white supremacists regardless of whether or not they are, because they're your go-to boogeyman.
But see, that's not scientific or empirical. There are plenty of Asian people who suck at math. The idea that Asian people were good at math is not based on this global scale of weighing in and what is Asian people? Like, which group of Asian people are you talking about? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a really whitewashed way of looking at it.
Thank you for noticing me, senpai. I'm very sure that Asian people being good at maths are the kinds of things that people in the 9gag army would believe. Skip that.
And they use it to dismiss the struggles of black people. They say, well, what's wrong with y'all? Asian people are so good. But then they fetishize Asian women.
Dismissing the struggle of black people and then all of a sudden fetishize Asian women. I don't understand your line of logic, man.
These white supremacists fetishize Asian women. They got these waifu pillows, body pillows, with pictures of Asian women.
Are you saying Dakimakuras are products of white supremacy?
When it's like this childlike looking porn, that's just disgusting to me, bro.
You're one of those lowly is child porn people. I bet that these people haven't even looked at actual lolis. Seriously, have you ever looked at lolis? They're not as disturbing as you make it out to be. It's drawings of fictional characters and not actual real children.
Like when your relationship is with like a pillow that's a cartoon of like a character that's supposed to be Asian but got big blue eyes. Like, that's some weird fetish shit. That's some weird white supremacist fetish shit.
So Dakimakuras and fapping to animes contribute into white supremacy. God, white supremacists are your go-to boogeyman, aren't they? Man, I'm just gonna let you know again, these white supremacists are absolutely moronic and totally incompetent. Don't worry about them, Jesus Christ.
And they took offense to me coming for their pillows.
Okay. You're jealous that we actually get a Dakimakura to fap. You want our sex toys? You want to get it from us? Well, too bad. You're not gonna steal our waifus. You're not gonna steal our Dakimakuras. In fact, your attempts on trying to steal these things make you look like an even bigger idiot as more and more people are becoming weebs.
They clutch their pearls, and how dare you say our cartoons are racist?
Yes, how dare you say our cartoons and animes are racist? Who the hell are you?
And then what happened was they started calling me all types of niggers, and I should get hung and this and that. And one person actually said, since you say cartoons are racist, I'm going to be racist to you.
Oh my god, people said something nasty back to me because I said something nasty to them. Oh my god, the horror.
It's like, is that really all it took?
Right back at you, buddy.
Well, you've actually, when you look at the other side of things, you've actually said that Rachel Dolezal, who went from white to trying to be black, to the point of actually fooling everybody.
She didn't fool everybody. She just fooled people out in Oregon or whatever the fuck she was. She wouldn't have got away with that shit in Brooklyn. Now, trust me. Nah, she wouldn't have got away with that. Somebody would have asked for them receipts a long time ago. Trust me.
Yeah, Rachel Dolezal is a massive con. I agree with you on that. Let's skip this section. Wait, there's nothing else? Oh, it's been absolutely fun. So, there you have it. This person is really butthurt with anime. He said that anime avatars are white supremacists, anime characters are white, Japanese women are being fetishized, and surprisingly, he also wanted to take the Dakimakuras away. Wow, man. I mean, for all your talk on hating animes, I expect that to be the last thing that you say. Maybe we should start a movement. Give Talib a Dakimakura. Poor homeboy absolutely needs it so that he can probably sleep well. Thanks for joining us, Talib, and have a wonderful night. That's all for the video today. If you like this, you can go ahead and click the like button and subscribe for more. If you wish, you can support me on Patreon. And thanks for watching.